I think we're live, so I guess I better start talking and pretending I know what I do. Just put these bottles of alcohol off to one side. They're going to be for later if I can't work out what I'm doing. Hello everybody, welcome. Tonight we have a machine that I'm reluctant to repair, but in spite of all of my protests and recommendations, the client still wanted to have it repaired, so well, I guess that's that. And I mean, it was full disclosure. It was like, it's more than likely going to die soon after I fix it. Jim, Ratnell, Daniel, Joseph, Steve. Oh, I've always been a bit of a masochist. I have somewhere in my archives a Masochist of the Year award. That was a programming award. Anyway, needless to say, for certain tasks, I will more than happily throw myself endlessly into the fire and drag myself over the coals. I fix it. Alright, so 1425s, they're a bit of a Frankenstein's monster. Apple being Frankenstein, of course. And the problem is that there was sort of a transition model, it seems, between... oh gee, it's stuck down, that's not a good start. The old and the new, like the 1502 that took after this, was obviously a much better model. Already straight away I can see the battery is choking up, and the battery is actually one of the things that is very difficult to get a hold of for this particular model. So we're off to a fantastic start. Yep. The whole battery assembly is just, you look at it and you go, what on earth were they doing here? It's really like they took the scraps of all their ideas, stuck it together. Maybe we should just call it the Homer's laptop. Like as in the Homer Simpson car, Homer Simpson laptop. Alright, let's get this thing deactivated. Hey, Ron Rogers, Mr. Chan. Yes, you may as well get paid if you're going to get dragged through the coals. Itchy nose for some reason. And there's just so many kludges on this board. It's very weird. Like, just so they could make the battery... Oh, surely. There's a extra thick PCB piece with all the contacts on it, just so it can get between the battery board and the actual motherboard, the logic board. Okay, I see we've got a replacement screen on this, based on the fact that we've got a sticker here. It's a little bit of a fun and games machine, to say the least. We will stick our MagSafe on and see what we get with this. Hey, John L. John L thinks I'm a crazy man right now because I'm all cynical and narky and everything like that with doing my new webpage. He's trying to be helpful and I'm just going, no, no, no. Okay, this should first okay, we got that 20 volts. And we've got 17 milliamps. The 20 volts that you see on this meter here, it's just a case of this cable establishing power from the USB-C. So we'll plug that in, we get another. Try the other way, 17 milliamps as well. Well, we may have a big fat short, not sure. Let's just get the board out and have a look. I mean, John was trying to be helpful. It's like I was having some dramas with some of the CSS for trying to get my page to appear properly both on desktops and mobile. Now, obviously, you're never going to get that perfect because they're just completely different sort of form factors in terms of aspect ratios and pixels and all that. But, you know, you like to try to get somewhat similar. Anyway, I did work it out, but John was suggesting I try contact someone on Fiverr and see if someone from Fiverr could do it. But I was saying to John that in the past when I've tried to contract people to help me with some things, unless I can hand them a task that is completely compartmentalized away from the rest of what I am doing, it ends up just being one big cluster of a disaster. So in the end, anyway, like I said, I just persevered and found what I need to find, which means I leveled up in knowledge and maintained the same amount of money in my bank account, so that was good. Hey, Pedro. Well, Pedro, I did advise the person accordingly. I said this will most likely die shortly after, and the batteries, I don't know if there are any successful battery replacements for these. I suppose you could always just replace the cells, but good luck finding cells like this. It's just like I said, it's a real piece of work, this board. I go throw a Phillips head down here just for good old times. 1425, well look, I think it's 2011, I think. It predates the 1502. It is basically the precursor to the 1502. I think they put this out and then realised their colossal mistake and said, quick, let's get the 1502 out before anyone realises how much of an idiot we've been. This is really what you would probably consider to be a prototype laptop. So if you're trying to come up with the next laptop that you're going to sell to customers, this is kind of like a late stage alpha model that you hand off to some of your testers and go, what do you guys think of this and all that. This should never have gone to market, this one. The most common fault I find with these is they love to eat their SMCs. We can actually test that quickly. It's probably not going to be the SMC on this one. I'm pretty sure it's these two dots down here. 03. Okay, it's definitely not those two. I've forgotten where the dots are. There's two. Oh, there they are. I think that's them. 56. 56. Okay, so it's not the SMC on this one most likely. But what these machines are predisposed to doing is they kill their SMC and you'll find one of those pins will be different to the other. And then you've got to replace the SMC. And until Moreto's SMC tool came out, it was quite a nightmare because you had to try and find another 1425 that had not killed its SMC. And they were few and far between. Thankfully, now that we've got that fantastic tool, we can steal SMCs from other boards and reflash them. Definitely worth its weight in gold, that tool. There's so many little tricks and snags on this. It takes forever to get these logic boards out, and you've got to take the fans out. but the fans are trapped under the heatsink. It's like, yeah. It's like, whose grand dream was this? Oh, that's right, and then you've got to lift up the battery assembly to get the trackpad cable out. Where are you stuck, you little bastard? I have no doubt there's a screw. Oh, there it is, yep. Screw hidden under this fan assembly. There we go. I'll rest that on the bin because it's going to be pretty close to going in the bin. Hey Glenn Wilkins. I already took the interposer off. Okie dokie doke. I'll take the shrouds off too. Oof. Alright, who wants to put in bets as to what we've got failed on this? I'm going to go, we've got a blown cap or something shorted given the amount of dust I can see on this. Hey Ed Boss. Oh, Baby Chill's back. Let's see if the microscope camera is going to play today. Now I'm not brushing off the dust yet because if a cap has blown and if it isn't amongst the dust, then it should... The dust is kind of like, how do you say, it's like freeze spray kind of thing. And it will tend to look a little different if something has vented. That SMC is looking like it's having a great time there. Ah, damn it, I just realised I forgot to change the HDR setting. Ah, not this again. Okay, please stand by. For some reason, when this camera starts up with this capture card, it just... Come on. Right. See how this whole setup looks normal now? As in, whereas before it was twice the scale? Yeah, see how the HDR is wrong? Okay, too bright? Who knows? We'll leave it like that. Okay, let's get back to it. See if we can find anything blatant. Interesting, there's some black marks on there. Maybe it's... I don't know what that is. It's not damage, it's just someone left it there. Hey, Beeblet. The person obviously loves this machine because they obviously have gone along and replaced the screen in the past. Okay, we've got some corrosion down there. Interesting place for it. No, no, Moles, don't tell them that. If you tell them that, then I'll have less things to repair. Are you trying to take business from me? You got yourself a friend. Well, whatever it is, we're not seeing it blatant, so now we got to start the painful process of actually trying to diagnose, repair this without just relying on visuals. I'll do a brush off and see what it looks like after the brush off. I don't even know where the PP bus fuse is on this. I can't even remember the board number off this off by heart. I think it's... yeah, I'm not even going to try. It's something like 3426 or something like that. $3642. And it seems I've got a plastic thingy jig. Get rid of that. Another one there? No. Alrighty, schematic. Peppy bus. Alright, so that's a fuse there. Where do I get spare parts from? I get them by stealing the corpses of other machines. AliExpress usually, or people just giving them up. Particularly with these sort of machines, people just throwing them in the trash. We don't have a short on PV bus. Do we have a working fuse? Yep. Okay, what have we got here? We've got another fuse. Oh, crikey, that scared me. That. We'll just back in that in a couple of minutes. Okay. 47 ohms is good. 10 ohms is good. Alright, let's plug some power in and measure some voltages quickly. Could be a dead SMC after all still. Yeah, we've got 20 volts there. 12.3. Well, it's looking SMC-ish. Yuck. Let's see, do we have a 342, 3V442? .342 is absolutely dead set straight, good. I'm just trying to see if we've got an SMC reset. Let's see. Nope. Okay, so the SMC has been told to run. Yeah, the fact that we're only getting 12.3 is a concern. Unless, oh wait a second, on this model, I think on this model it's actually normal. 12.3 is correct, I think. Feel free to correct me, by the way, but I have a feeling it is actually normal. But we don't have a one wire. I'm just going to see if I can find an original charger. This is the downside with using sort of USB-C type chargers. You can't be guaranteed that it's correct. It's good for diagnosis beyond when you get a light up on the, what do you call it? When you get a light up on the brick, that's fine. But prior to getting a light up on the brick, you just want to verify these things. Might just zoom out a bit. There we go. So this is an original, genuine Apple. And we definitely do not have anything there. So we'll have to check the Sys1 wire circuitry. See what's going on there. There could be a short somewhere around there. We do have 342, but like I said, we've got 12.3 on the PP bus. But, as I said, I'm fairly sure on this model, 12.3 is correct. But I'll have to check that. I'm just going to go do micro and I'll be back. Well, that was a very rare, quick job. Normally it takes me quite a bit to sort micro out. Alright, we'll check the sys1 wire circuit since we've got some power gain in there, but let's see what's going on with sys1 wire. I don't believe we have any real diode mode readings on this one. We got barely a handful. Looks like someone did some backlight work. They put in the readings there, and that's the end of that. Okay. So I'll also check the diode mode readings on these. Yeah, these are the two, I think. Yeah, data and clock. Alright. Looks like it might be hidden actually. Maybe I had the wrong ones. Oh, there they are. Let's see if these ones are different. Looks like I was chasing a... Okay, you can stop now. Thank you. Five one. 5-1. Okay, so they're the same. Can't squawk about that pair. Servopatul. Just going to check the diode mode of sys1 wire. I don't have any known good values, but you can sort of get an idea just by poking it. 6-7 seems normal enough. Yep. Jim, I already did. You slack bastard. Yelling at me for not doing the shot when I've already done it. Looks like somebody wasn't paying attention. Hey Arnold G. 2.82. So yeah, all of that is there and doing what it has to do. And we've got 342. It is sadly looking like an SMC situation. I hate that. Hmm. Yeah, all the voltages, nobody's home. I'm just going to verify about my theory on the, let's see, A1425 PP bus voltage. Okay. Well, I was wrong. It does look like this is a 12.56 or 12.5 volts machine. I'm trying to think which one it is that it's 12.3 or whatever is standard. That's going to annoy me now. Anyway, so it looks like we're going to be doing an SMC swap. I could do an ISL swap. We'll have a look at the ISL area, but this machine does, like I said, have a predisposition to eating SMCs. Somebody's going to be happy about this. Okay, 3 ohms is about right. We should get 20 or so on this one. Yep, 20 on that one, so that's right. Yeah. Crap on a cracker, eh? Could be something else, but I'd say not. We're not drawing any real current, we're only drawing 7 milliamps. So I can't blame it on like a short and anything like that. That's very annoying. It might not be an SMC. I may be about to do this for no good reason, but yeah, it's historically likely. Now, of course, the question I've got, actually, I might have some 1425, or maybe not. I probably threw them all in the bin recently. Whoops. I mean, honestly, I was never expecting to do another 1425. The question I'm trying to wonder here is, will it boot with a 3437, or am I better off taking it off a 1502? Or maybe even a... Yeah, confused now. Okay, no SMC on that, no SMC on that, no SMC on that. Why am I keeping boards with no SMCs? It's silly. No SMC on that. Most definitely no SMC on that. What do we got? 35 something 2. Again, what the hell? Why? 3332? And no SMC? Ooh, SMC on this one. So what is this? 30 something? 4924. Nope. Pass. It's just a little bit too modern, so to speak. Ah, Jesus. No SMC on that. All the 332s are missing their SMCs. Paul used to do a lot of SMCs. That doesn't even look... Yeah, it looks like someone's reflowed onto there, so that's a big fat no on that one. Great, so I finally found one, but it's dodgy. What do we got? 3787. Yeah, that might work. Yeah, we'll try this 3787. See how we go. Alright, first thing we're going to do is take the old SMC off. It has been quite a while, actually, since I've done one, so this should be slightly entertaining for some people. Alright, what nozzle am I going to hit myself up with? I think we'll do a nice, delicious, I think it's a 10 mil or something. Although it depends whether you're measuring ID or OD. It's 12 mil OD, so half inch, which means it's probably 11 mil ID. That'll be nice for the SMC. We start at a low temperature, cut the glue away. I need to hold this damn board still while I do this. I have a tendency to move around. Ah, and I gave my room brick away. Damn it. That was stupid. Be right back. I've got to go get another brick. Hey, Macro, what you doing here, buddy? Realistically speaking, with this sort of thing, you should have little sandbags. They're the best. Anyway, a solid metal doorstop will do the trick with a rubber base on it. It's not as heavy as the bricks I normally use, but it will suffice in this case. This corner fill is a little bit different to what I'm used to. It's more rubbery than the other ones. Not that it's a big issue. See, it just sort of tends to absorb the blade rather than try and fight the blade and lift over it. Like I said, it's not a big problem. Just means it's not coming off in nice chunks that I'm used to. Yeah, things are a bit messier. I think I saw a tinge of green under that. It's probably wishful thinking. Or it was actually part of the SMC itself that I just carved off. Okay, here we go. Full speed ahead. Where's my tweezers? Don't know. There we go. Like it's the first time using this new nozzle, so we may... Yeah, it does a pretty good job. Got the heat into it pretty quick. And that was only at 440, so quite happy with that. Okie dokie. Just a little bit more flux. It's going to help me pick up the excess solder here. Just clearing away the excess edge bonding, so when I put down the new SMC it doesn't get in the way. Flip. And we'll just put a little bit of flux down to stop those pads oxidizing. Alright, that's prepped. Now we've got to take it from the other board. Like I said, I do not know how this is going to go. Well, they're the same functional part in terms of the core chip itself is the same. Obviously the programming is drastically different, and I don't know if it's going to be sufficiently similar to actually let the 1425 boot. I'm too lazy to change the temperature, so I'm just holding the hot air right back. Basically, for the SMC tool to work, all you need is to be able to get it to boot, and that's it. Yeah, another poor board without an SMC. Right, I gotta actually see if I can find my tools for SMC work. Well, that was loud. What's going on here? Okay, that's fine. Right, yeah, I think that's our hole. Lots and lots of random bits of hair and trash. Perfect. Yep. Well, if I am out of solder balls of the right size, I guess I'll have to paste it. Let's hope we don't have to go to pasting because, well, we know I don't really care much for pasting SMCs. Can I do it? Yes. Do I want to do it? No. Not when I already am pretty happy with the technique that I have. Although the trouble is, it's got to be in a while now since I've done an SMC, so I've probably forgotten how to do this. So prepare for hilarity. Nah, don't be like that. I gotta love it when there's always one or two pads that stay that. It's not really oxidized, it's just doesn't have any tinning on it. There we go. That's looking good. Now we've got to take that out and we've got to wash all the flux off it. It's a bit of a process. These gloves actually work best for getting the flux off. As long as it's not too thick, getting that last little bit of flux off, the very fine texture of the gloves does a really good job. I think where my biggest strife is going to come up in this situation is that because the nozzles are new, I am not going to know for sure how they're going to behave. Okay, so the first step of the process that I use is to put 2 corner balls on. You can actually put more than 2 if you really want to, for whatever reason, but I find 2 is fine. Let's see, I'm going to set the temperature at 270, I think. 280, fine, whatever. And the air down to 15. We'll try that as a starting point. And then we're going to take a random victim, because these are all 0.3s. Great, looks like we've got too many victims here. I just wanted one, come on. Okay, it looks like we need a little bit more of something. I don't know whether we want more temperature or more air. It's getting there, but it's a bit slower than I like. Yeah, that was a bit slow. I think we'll try more air. 20 should be the next try. The trouble we've got here is that the ball heats up faster than the chip, and so it goes wandering off. See, it hadn't even attached to the pad yet. Well, that actually took a fair bit of convincing, and that one hasn't attached either. Now that I can see it. Let's try that again. Alright, now that is on. Alright, and I've got to find a stencil. That's going to be fun. Hey, Tony W. He renamed Twitter. Did he rename, or is he just logoing it? Logoing it, fine, but oh well, whatever. I guess when we go to twitter.com, it will just simply redirect to x.com or whatever it's going to be. Okay. There's a few scrappy pads there. Clean those up. Otherwise, when we do this, they will not sit down. And then we'll lift the stencil up and, well, they'll just run free. Oh yeah, I better find my .3s, eh? Can't do much without a good supply of .3s. Let's see, where are you? Aha. Okay, these are .35 to be honest. Not .3, .35. Alright, now the trick with this particular trick is that you use IPA, gobs of it, and then you roll the victims on there. That's plenty. And then you can just use your finger. And because the IPA has such a, yeah, it's so free flowing, you can just roll those .35s all around. Like I said, I'm out of practice here, but I'm pretty sure I've got it. Oh, there's one there that's missing. There we go. And then sweep them off like that. And that's pretty much them all done, I think. Yep, that's them all done. Okay, so the next step... Oh wait, oh, there is one there. Okay, so the next step, we just heat it up until they start developing that matte appearance. Yeah, where they change from being glossy into getting a bit fuzzy. Now I'm not sure how long this is going to take, and I don't know if this is going to work because I haven't used this nozzle combination before. So we're all in the experimental phase here. Just trying to get my flux warmed up. Okay, we're starting to get the matte. Get that flux warmed up. Too much. Effed it up. Big time. Well, we'll see how it goes. What I'm worried about now is that there's too much flux in there and it's going to start spitting them. But we'll see. Yeah, see it's spitting them. Basically the idea is that when you get everything hot and you heat up the flux as well, then like with the IPA, it just simply flows in very quickly, leaves a very thin layer. But what's happened here is that because I stumbled, that thin layer of flux became just like a gluttony of flux, and now that's what's pushing all these damn things out. So I'm just sort of trying to maintain a steady heat and airflow here, and they may behave themselves enough. No, there goes one. We can just shove it back in. Another one. So yeah, it's the flux, too much flux boiling off underneath. And the whole idea is that was trying to get just a very thin layer of flux. Yeah, this is a disaster. You can see there's just too much flux in there. I'm just going to try a little bit less of a temperature, so like 250. But when you can get the balance right, it's a very easy way of doing this flippin' process. But right now I'm... okay, there is a way to cheat here. and it may result in more of a disaster than not. But you can kind of thin down that flux with a little bit of IPA. 99% likely this will not work properly. And that's a 99% confirmed, sir. Yeah, I think I have to try again with a bit more balance. I'm going to push these back in and see what happens. The other option, of course, is just to use right from the start an extremely viscous, low viscosity flux. Alright, anyone spot me that? Unfortunately, Francis, if you pre-apply the flux, then when you go to actually... I got one missing there, I can see it. Trouble is, I don't know where it went. If you pre-apply the flux to the, say, surface... I can see where it is. To the surface of the SMC, then when you go to roll all the balls in over the stencil, they will not roll properly. What will happen is you'll pick up bits of flux and it will just make everything stick together, so you won't be able to place them all in nicely. People who've watched me do this before know that it works very nicely when it works. It's just like I got the ratios wrong, didn't get enough heat into it before I applied that flux. It's a really angry amount of flux at the moment. It's just popping out everywhere. We'll get that. Oh wow, look at that one, just popped out again. Yeah, lots of anger here. And like I said, the temperature's not that high. It's only 250? This one really likes to jump out. Okay, we're at the changeover now. Yeah. This is definitely not a good example of how this should work. Is it possible to overcook? Absolutely, it is possible to overcook the chip, which is why we generally just stick to the 250 Celsius. You can add more flux once most of them have bound themselves to the board. But yeah, if you stick to the lower temperatures, 250, that sort of thing, then you're pretty safe. Wow, I cannot get over how bouncy you guys are. Alright. Oh. Wow. Yeah, let's mark this down as perhaps being one of the worst reball experiences I've had in a while. And we got a runner. Okay, there's two ways to do this when you have one in the middle of everything that's a runner. You really game, hold it like that, heat it up, and hope that you don't mess up everything else. So we're going to do that. The real problem is just that you keep burning your finger. And the other option, if you're completely incompetent, is you take that, put it to the side, make sure you mix it up with another one. You take your stencil, you put your stencil back on, and then you drop it into the hole. Because I could just see I was going to mess up all those around me. It's done. Ouch. Apparently that's hot. Alright, now we give it one more hit. This poor SMC, it's like, I'm not going to work for you, man. So you've cooked me so many times. Like I said, it's the good reason to only do these at about 250, because they can go through a lot of cycles at 250. So what that does when you don't have the stencil and you reflow it all, it allows them all to just bring themselves to center. Alright, we are done with that. Like I said, we still don't know if this is even going to work. And all this for a 1425 kind of makes me cry a little. Okay, so we can see we need to flip it this way. And just to be sure, we will check the schematic. And the schematic says pin 1 is bottom left. And we do indeed have bottom left. Like it's probably, there is likely to be some discrepancies, not a lot, but it's more just an illusion because some of them had flux around them, some didn't. The flux has that effect where the liquid magnifies things a little bit. Alright. Now I'm hoping there's enough flux overall for that to settle down on its own. Okay, I need to turn this around because that bolt that you can see is starting to annoy me. I will say that is the downside of using these bolt-on or screw-on nozzles. Oops. Right. Oh, you nasty little piece of work. It actually spat itself back off. Please stand by while we deal with the technical difficulties. Sorted. Ramping back up. Having a big nozzle like this is very handy because it means most of the chip gets very similar air pressure placed on it. Whereas when you've got a little nozzle, it may have high pressure, but it all in one area. And I did see that skirt across. I'm not convinced though. Yeah, they look pretty good. Hey, Mr. Paul Howell. Welcome back. Hopefully we can entertain you for a little bit. You know, thorax on the right, like, oh man. That's no fun. Alright, see how this goes. I don't have the greatest of hopes. I kind of feel like it might have been too easy for it to just be an SMC, but we'll see. Yeah. Oh yeah, there we go. We got green, orange light. And we're drawing not a lot more power. Phew. Something's burning. Something just burnt. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so there's something killing the SMCs. Flip. I don't know what burnt though. I guess we'll plug it in, try again, see if anything shows up. Well, full green light. But yeah, I definitely smell burning. Kind of weird though, at only 25 milliamps. Unfortunately, thermal camera is not going to do as much at 25 milliamp. I'll just get a chipmunk to see if we even got life. Yeah, we don't even have any life. Okay, let's try the original. See if it shuts down. Yeah, the original's not coming up at all. Doesn't really, even when it's green lighting, it's only doing 28 milliamp. Not sure what the smell was. It sort of smelled resistory. This is when you start finding that every single part that you look at has some kind of a blemish. And you're like, that's it. And you go, nope. And you go, that's it. And you go, nope. I guess we'll see what PP bus is now. That there would just be from the reflowing. Let's see what PV bus is. There's Jason in here. Hey, Jason. Well, we got 12.6, so the SMC is definitely alive now, but the rest of the circuit, not so much. So MacBook Pro 16 went into luggage, is now dead. I don't like the sound of that one bit, Jason. Sounds like something that's... yeah, I don't know. Come on, what died? Oh, I just realized why this... okay. Yeah, I just realized this being not a... what do you call it? Not a 1425 SMC may be our problem. Okay, let's see if we can actually get it to show anything on screen, so I can then boot it with the SMC flash tool. Where did I put all those SMC things? Still worried though that I smelt that burning component. Trust me, Jason, it wasn't a willing sort of thing. I gave full disclosure of how it will 99.9% not be successful. All that sort of stuff. Pre-warned everything, no refunds. All that jazz. And they still wanted it done. So I mean, that's their choice, but at least they've been suitably notified in advance, rather than I get it fixed for a week and then it dies and they go, this is unacceptable. I've got to send those machines of yours back again as well, by the way, Jason. The ones that that are fixed, but I never fixed them, and the ones that are dead. Oh, come on, don't make my life like this. Tape time. It's okay, I've got plenty of 1425 bits and pieces here. But they're all in the container that's destined for the trash. Because that's where all 1425s pretty much need to be. If the person's watching this, they'll be really upset with me right now. It's nothing personal, it's just the actuality of 1425s. They're just not the sort of board you really want to invest money into. And for all I know, the battery's dead. I wonder if I can boot using SMC bypass. I always forget the sequence on this thing. Good thing I'm not in the bomb dismantling squads or anything like that. That would have been blown up long ago. Oh, you meant to cut the wire before you... It's too late. Right, so we're going to put the SMC reflasher in there. But I have a very strong feeling we're not going to go anywhere with this. But we'll see. Oh, holy crap, we've actually got a battery charge logo. Which is probably not a good thing, actually. Oh man, I just want you to boot. I think that 1 amp is, it's not doing anything with that battery. I guess we'll keep an eye on it. So 360 is the minimum now. Give it a few minutes and see if it comes up. Well, I don't know if it is charging. That's the problem. Because that current is very steady. 362. It's just... noises out there. Sorry, folks. I'm going to go check those noises. Can't tell if it's bats or cats. They sound the same, both. Oh, hey, Mo. What you doing, buddy? Loki. Turns out it was bats. B-A-T. As opposed to cats. Yeah, the 1.2 amp was when the screen was on. That was the trouble. I mean, it's rising up a teeny tiny smidge, but it doesn't feel like that's normal battery charge rise. That feels like it's just I'm getting warmer and I'm getting less resistance or whatever. You know, it's not actually a charge increase. Unless the only thing I could think of, the battery is really flat and it's simply doing the trickle charge until it gets to a certain point. But even still, that's a little weird. I am happy at least it displayed. So that's... But then again, what was the damn part that I thought I smelt burn? So many questions. So we have a maximum 369 milliamps so far. So we just keep an eye on that figure there. And yes, fruit bats. Yeah, it smelled very componenty though. Tinge of carcinogenic. Saw a rectangle chip with a black dot looked very bad near a connector. Hey, Mr. Rossman. It's good to see you actually for a change. You've been flat out with your own world and trying to save the world from us. But yeah, like I said, I didn't really want to do this 1425, but at least the nice thing now is that we can use SMC chips from other boards and then reflash them, so that's really good. There's the person who wrote that software, I mentioned them to you before, but anyway, let's see if this comes up. Like I said, the biggest problem with 1425s, apart from the SMCs, is that you just can't get the batteries for them. Yeah, see, we've got the battery logo again. Hey, creature. So I'm not sure what to do at this point. Like just let it keep going for now, or what? Yes, Myoto also has the EFI bin checker tool. That's really handy. I haven't used it yet myself, but I can see that it's definitely going to be a good tool. So he's contributed quite a lot lately, and it's good to see. Make it a donor board. No. It's not mine to be doing that. You can see that current value is creeping up like 1 milliamp at a time. It's kind of distressingly bad. Hey there, Harold. Here's another person who makes excellent bits and pieces. Harold. Hello, Harold. I mean, what have we gone up? 5 milliamps in the last 10 minute or two. Yeah. But I do concur with Mr. Rossman's point of view and everyone else's point of view that what the hell am I doing? But like I said, I advise the person this is not a machine that we would normally repair, but they wanted it done. I'd say because they invested money in the screen, so it's the whole sunk cost thing. Still charging. I would just really want to see this 370 pick up a bit more. Lewis, when are you going to interview me and make a mockery of who I am? Or am I going to have to come after you? I think I'm going to have to come after you, Lewis. I'm going to have to come after you with an interview. I might have to go in the theme of Philharmonia Kunk. Ask really dumb questions. I think that might work well. Battery red, not charging. The battery red does not that stay that way when it's below a certain threshold still. I mean, yeah, I replaced the ISO. Like, so I'm very curious as to what killed the SMC in the first place. That's what concerns me. How to report bugs on Flex... No way. No one can report bugs on Flexboard View. We are getting 12.6 on this. So... No, that's with the battery disconnected, it actually doesn't do anything. So the problem we've got at the moment is we need to reflash the SMC. It's not going to go anywhere really well without that SMC being reflashed. Exactly, Miles. They're just features that haven't yet found a use. I'm just going to check some voltages here. Now hopefully not short anything out. Okay, are we going up still? If this voltage keeps creeping up, then the battery is charging. It's crawling up there. I think we need to get to, I think about 11 volts before it will let you activate it. But that's crawling up. Very slowly, but it is crawling up. And if you're wondering, that's PP bus. But it's PP bus on the battery. Yeah, we'll wait a little more. What I might do is, it's, don't think I'm gonna switch it over to the genuine Apple charger, although that's probably not going to work. Because I've got a problem where I've got an iPad here, and Jason, I'll send him back tomorrow. I should have sent him back weeks ago. Anyway, my iPad is not working and it doesn't charge, so that's very annoying. Just when I decided, you know what, I actually could use this iPad, it decides it doesn't want to work anymore. So rather offensive in my opinion. 379. So here we are with that voltage now. Does anyone remember what it was before? Because I can't. Like I said, it's crawling up so ever so painfully slowly, but it is crawling up. $606. All right, so we've got half a. We've got about a few millivolts extra, but you can see the battery is in a terrible shape. It's got dents all in it. There's been no deployment, but I can feel a little bit of gas in there. Still red. Oh, well. Actually, I know what I can work on while we wait for this to charge. Just going to put this off to the side. Somewhere safe. Oh, dear God, that's nowhere in this workshop. Okay. I've got an iPhone 12 here that keeps boot looping. So I'm kind of hoping that it's going to be a case of damaged sensor of some sort. One of the flexes. As opposed to the more sadly common situation that we do have with the iPhone 12s, which is where the sandwich is trashed. And the reason why I worry it's the sandwich that's trashed is because, well, you look at the state of this phone and you can see why. The other problem we've got is that, of course, iPhone 12s, if you've got a cracked screen on it, then it's really going to become extra cracked as you take it off. We'll see how we go. We'll just heat this thing up. Lots of heat, lots of alcohol, lots of patience, but this thing's gonna probably not even. Yeah, I don't know if this is gonna come out of the chassis in one piece. Because the chassis, all the corners are messed up, they're already crushed in, which means the plastic subframe is not going to want to come out. Miles, that's why I got glasses on. I actually went to the optometrist today to get some more glasses, because now that I moved into the new office, well, it's sort of like the broom closet, the position of the screens is different and I can't program with my existing glasses, so I have to get new glasses set to about 75-80 centimeters focal distance. just frustrating. How many? I've got like 4 or 5 pairs of glasses now. It's getting ridiculous. It's like I'm over 50 or something. You get 1 pair of glasses for every decade. Possible to replace battery only on Samsung S10 Plus. I actually don't know. I don't do a lot with the Samsungs at all. Okay, oh man, this thing's... Yeah, so I'm putting a lot of stress on that, but there's not much else I can do. I've got to get it to lift up. It's as bad as the touch bar the other night. No, I'll pass on the contacts. This thing is not going to want to come out peacefully. No! I lost my spot. Well, Jason, I'm not sure why that is, because I actually even took the time tonight to make it a scheduled scheduled video, which does tend to have superior chance of notifying people. Okay, we've got that corner out. And I'm just wiping down alcohol down the edge. Because the other fun thing about the 12 is they have the reverse cable set up compared to, say, the 11s, the previous models. So if you go by habit, as it were, muscle memory, you'll flip this thing open the wrong way and strain the cables. It is lifting up bit by bit. It's a bit like our battery charging. Okay, we've cleared the glue there. Now we've just got this edge to do. Come on, don't you dare do that to me. Right. Hey, 3X. At this point, I'm still sort of almost at the bottom rung of YouTube's algorithm. I'm not quite at the bottom rung. I've actually stopped overall losing subscribers now. I'm starting to pick back up. Whereas before I was just... every day would be, well, there goes another 10 or 20. But at least that's stabilized. There we go. Liquid damage, puff battery. Oh man. It's amazing this thing even works. How's that charge rate going? 388. We're still not stepping into proper charge yet. Come on. Come on. Ugh. Fingernails about the only thing that you can trust to undo or remove a lot of these connectors. If you use something more than a fingernail, it can sometimes cause drama. We're not all born heroes like Jason Vilmer who can use a metal flathead driver to undo these things. I strongly do not recommend people follow that behavior. He was obviously born from another planet that had natural talent for that sort of thing. Unlike mortals. There we go. Well, my first guess will be that it might be rebooting because of the headphone flex, headset flex, because there's a lot of corrosion around here, so it's quite possible that one of those parts is wrecked. You know, we've got liquid damage up here. It could be the dock assembly, but I'm going to try with that disconnected initially and see what happens. Well, first thing Paul's got to work out how to do is how you even get the flipping flex back on. Right. Satisfying click. I know there's a lot of people who just butcher their way through these things. You know, they just keep pushing, and then the plastic assembly itself just breaks or something like that. And then they go, oh, it was broken all along. It's like, hey, you broke it. I don't know if this is going to work or not. Hairdryers go to quite a bit higher than 300, I think. Wow. We're getting anything? Yeah, it's interesting. I was definitely getting power before. Let's see, I'll try the USB-C variant. Dun, 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 dun. I'm just not willing to take that 1425 off the USB-C connection. Okay, so we've got the logo. Oh yeah, straight away, straight off. Yeah. Try the opposite one. Wow, it doesn't even come up. That somewhat more implicates the charge port assembly. I'll just go see if I've got any parts for this one. No, I've got a 12 around here somewhere. Ow! Not you. Pro 12, nope. Ah, here we go. Oh, I remember this one. Oh. This one got run over by a 40-tonner truck or something like that. Completely bent everything. But yeah, the battery's no good on that one. Okay. See if I find a 12 battery somewhere. It's fine, I'll use my DT880. Oh, 0.4 amp coming up, eh? Let's this will at least let us know if we've got a battery issue or a dock issue. I'm going to guess likely a dock issue amongst many other things. By the way, I have submitted a circuit board to try and replace these because I didn't realise that they weren't making the DT880s anymore, which is a shame because it's such a good tool. So I'm not sure why they ceased making them. It's like, why would you do that? And the one I'm making, it'll actually run off a USB-C port, so you won't have to hope that your itty-bitty teeny tiny USB mini is micro rather going to do the trick. Okay, power. We had a transient there. Yeah, that's not going to work. Okay, that, it looks like it's just a bad battery, because that's booting. But I'll be honest and say, crikey, 2.8 amps. Geez, that really went up there. Yeah, that's booted and I can see the time on it. I am probably going to advise this person not to invest any money because they're going to need a screen, they're going to need a battery, they're going to need a dock. Yeah, it's just not... I mean, okay, they're not cheap phones, but at the same time, I know if I just replace the battery, then other things are going to just die real quick. And they're going to be back and they're going to go... Okay, I shouldn't say this, but if you do that, you get people who will come back and say, what was the point of me spending that money changing the battery or whatever? If it's just died, so I want my money back now because I've got no use for the battery. And you're like, well, it's fitted, it's done, I can't give you that money back. Yeah, the board does look like it's got liquid damage as well. It takes a little while to fire off, but anyway, we'll see how we go. How's our 14? 395. How long has that been running now? Probably half an hour. So let's say 1/3. So let's call maybe 7 hours of energy into it. Hey there, Rob Brown. Yeah, okay, so that's working. I definitely can't show you what's on that screen. Okay, let's see if this thing boots. Holy crap, it's booting. Well, I shouldn't say it's booting, but it's glowing, which means at least it's not giving us the flashing icon. Okay, put this valuable GT880 out of the way. It's probably going to be 2 weeks at least before my circuit board arrives to replace that one. Come on up. Yeah, you're still glowing. Problem we could have here is that it might not actually be able to, because the SMC is too different, it might not know how to boot. Oh wait, no, there we go, there we go, we have the boot. Okay. So what is this? 3642. Oh no, there's no 3642. No! This is version 102. I wonder if the newer versions support it. Ah, damn it. Where's Murdo when I need him? Let's see. SMC tool. I know he's changed the name of it, and I just keep forgetting. It's unfortunate that he had to change the name from SMC tool because it was just such a natural name for it. Yeah, I know, you can change the names like up here and stuff like that. I just never do. Okay, well, where's the... Please be in here. What are we after? We're after 3642. God damn it, we don't have 3642. I'm gonna be up the creek if I can't get this. Ah, it's an ISO image, okay. Well, I guess we'll just shut this down. And I'll put the USB stick in and burn it. See how that charge rate... Okay, so we're over 400. It's still very weak on that charging. Right. Now I just need to find a what do you call it? USB port that I can actually steal and not destroy the system. Okay. SDB1, okay. I don't know if this will work. It's an ISO, not an IMG, so I'm not sure if this is going to work. I have a feeling not. We'll see. Check my Gmail. We'll do in a sec. Jason, I've already got the board view and schematic for this. That's not what I'm after. What I'm after here is the SMC firmware, and it'll be on, hopefully, on this bootable stick. Damn it! Okay, that didn't burn the ISO how I hoped it would. It's such a pain. This is why I like image files, because with image files, you just burn it with DD Rescue and it's done. But the downside with image files is that they have to match the size of the stick that you put it on, or similar anyway. Okay, that's fine. I'm just trying to think what that sounded like cat. Okay, what's going on, guys? Mo, Loki. Cats. Fortunately, it was just between the 20ths this time. What? Oh, I'm gonna be confused here. Yeah, it's only 15 megs, so it's a teeny tiny thing. But the problem is that it's, when I DD rescue or just DD or just bit transfer, it doesn't set up the file system correctly for some reason. Oh, for God's sake, I got eyelash. Getting to that cranky phase of the night. Not that that takes much. I might even ask. It's. See, it's got here option B, write the image, but you see, we don't have access to the image there. We've only got the ISO. Oh, what? No, that's just the PNG. God damn it. Oh, they're literal picture images. This is frustrating. Yeah, I went into releases, but see here. And we've got the source code, and that's everything. Oh, I did download that. Oh, well, at least we'll be able to see whether it's got the payload we want here, which I suspect it does not. 3642. No, 3662. There's no 3642, so it's kind of pointless anyway at this point. Yeah, there's no 3642. We do not have the payload we need. Crap. Yeah, well, that kind of ends the night then. So we've got 3662 and then 3. Yeah, there's no 3642, which I can't blame him for. It's not exactly the most common one around. It's still annoying. Let's see if it even boots with the drive. I'm kind of curious about that. Okay, what's our charge rate up to? Did we just suddenly jump up, or is it still running? It's still running, that's why. Yeah, it's still flashing. Okay, disconnect that. Disable the bomb. Should do it. And yeah, it was an interesting concept for them to have the SD in its like own separate compartment. It gave them the option to be able to change the format with a lot of clearance, but like I said, it was all very experimental, this one. Okay. It's not going to pick up the drive straight away. I think that would have been lost, the default boot drive. Let's see. So we'll snip, there we go, we've got an Apple logo at least. Well, it boots, and we're at 5% charge. And a flippin' eyelash in the eye. Ugh. While that's stuffing around, I'm going to try to get this eyelash out of my eye because it's really annoying me. carrot cake, if you're wondering. Yeah, 90% of that one, yep, the full amp of that power you see going in is definitely not charging the battery, because we're still stuck at 5%. This thing has a very poorly performing battery at the very least. Well, it is interesting. It's booting at least. So the SMC was the primary culprit here. The trackpad even works. That's amazing. Even if it bongs. Interesting. Trackpad does not click though. That's hilarious. Fantastic. Oh, we got to 6% just then. Just noticed the current picked up a little bit. Oh well. I think we will leave this till tomorrow, and I will see if we can get a proper 1425 SMC firmware. If we can't, that's going to be a bit of a fun thing. I'm not sure if we can maybe, I just don't know if we can fix that. Oh, Murdo's here. Hello, good to see you. Now I've got to read back and see what you've said. The board isn't supported since it's single file payload. Ah, boo. Okay. Do I have any options? Any at all? Other than finding another 1425? I guess I've got a fair few 1425s in the trash pile, so the trouble is just that most of them they're already dead. But I guess I'm going to have to... Is it possible for me to reinstall an OS on this and it will redo the SMC, or I'm guessing not? Second Gmail you sent is the firmware update. Oh, okay. Let me have a look at this. Wait, second one? I've got one. So far I've got one, and that is the 34, the zip file. Nothing else yet. Reinstalling the OS should sort it. Okay. I'll have a look. These are candidates for hardware flashing. You can reinstall macOS, but if the version matches it... Oh, okay, so it needs to be an OS bump or something like that. The other fun thing is going to be the fact that I do not have a spare 1425 SSD, unless those are they 812s? These the same as what you get in the 1398s? If they are, in that case I can, because I do have 2012 1398 SSDs. I didn't have a look at it close enough. Okay, we've got Jason's link. Downloads. Okay, I'm not exactly sure which one I'm after here. Mid 2011. What is this? This is 2012, isn't it? These ones. Yeah, I think we took this off a 333. Oh no, we didn't take it off 3332. We took it off the next one. Okay. Alright. Okay, I'm going to have to work out how to actually use this. And since it is midnight past, I'm going to have to... Yeah. Thanks for that, Jason. What the hell's Pedro doing here? Alright. Okay, well, I'm going to leave that. I've got some programming still to do, got my website to update, I've got to make my repair submissions page look actually nice, apparently. Apparently it's not enough to actually just have some 1980s looking, or actually 1990s looking form that people submit things to. Apparently it turns people off and they want some more bling bling. So I have to get more bling bling onto my page, and hopefully I'll get more Macs to repair. That about does it for me. I'm out of here. You'll take care. Thanks for watching. At least we got the board running. So, and I'll try and work out what's going on with what that burning smell was. It may still be the ISL, but the trouble is this battery is so beaten up, it could easily be just the battery as well. So, I'm out of here. You take care. I'll see you next time.